Boo everyone! Welcome to a brand new speedrun series featuring the Crazyhouse variant. The rules are very simple. If you capture, the captured piece is yours. And without any further ado, let's get into today's content. First game, we get a beginner from Australia. E4. E5. All beginners start with 1500 rating points. My current rating is a little bit above 1500. It's because this is actually not my first Crazyhouse game. I actually played one single game quite some time before and it got me to this rating. Therefore I'll say that we have a massive one game advantage compared to the opponent. Knight f3. Knight c6. This variant is probably the closest thing to normal chess, at least while no materials have been captured yet. Knight c3. Knight f6. The very regular 4 knights game. d3. He wants to pin my knight. I'll pin his knight first. Bishop g5. I'll trade my knight for a bishop. He takes. Queen takes f6. Captured materials do not disappear. They become very valuable weapons for the players that can be put down anywhere on the board at any time we want. a3. I won't trade this one. b4. Bishop b6. Since I have an extra bishop, I can even consider just immediately put down that bishop on g4 to save time and not have to develop my own light square bishop. b5. Knight d4. Extra knight on d5 can be very annoying though. There are so many ways to put down the extra materials that it is pretty much impossible to predict. Knight takes d4. I'll take with bishop. A double attack on his f-pawn and his knight on c3, and there doesn't seem to be a way for him to safely get out of this. He chose to save the knight, which sacrificed the king. Queen takes f2. Checkmate like it was normal chess. That was fast. Considering our rating is still relatively low, our opponents will probably not be very strong for a while. Fifth game, let's go. After the first game I got 3 more relatively easy wins against beginners. I'm not going to waste your time with those. And then I got into this guy, who is below the starting 1500 rating points, but he has a whopping over 400 games of Crazyhouse experience. d4. I swear these undercover grandmasters always scare me to death. e5. Gambiting a pawn to open up the position quickly. Based on the last few games, it comes to me that I am really bad at time management for this variant. Therefore the game plan for this game is to win quickly before I unawarely destroy my own clock. d takes e5. Knight c6. May have to regret this real bad though. By capturing a pawn, he actually won 2 pawns instead of 1, massive material advantage out of the very opening phase. Bishop f4. Queen e7. Knight f3. Queen b4 check. c3. Aha. So normally this blunders a bishop, that is just straight up a free bishop. And even though I am a bit skeptical about this because maybe this is a trap as pretty much nobody blunders like this, the only thing he can do is surprise me with his extra pawn. As always, I'm not a coward. e3. Okay, but I have to find a safe spot for my queen though. Queen h6. Bishop c4. Aha. He is baiting me to go bishop c5, and then he can go queen d5 forking my bishop and my f-pawn. That is very sneaky. I'll just drop a bishop down from the sky. Knight d2. That blunders a pawn. On second thought I'm not so sure. Maybe he wants to sacrifice his queen to create some sort of attack on my king. But since the variant doesn't allow players to put the pawns on the last rank for immediate promotions, I believe there isn't really much to be worried about. Bishop e2. I'll drop the newly captured pawn down from the sky. Bishop takes d3. That blunders a bishop. King e2. Aha. Now I am very tempted to put another bishop on this diagonal, but that will make me have 3 light square bishop with only 1 dark square bishop. Not very balanced. I don't want Thanos to teleport at my desk and punch me in the face. I'll use the queen instead. He has a lot of pawns though. Those may create some actual problems. A pawn pops out of thin air. Knight retreats. Another pawn magically appeared. This is absolutely annoying. Queen d6. I want to unleash the bishop so bad, but instead I have to resist the temptation just because I know it is really bad in the future. As a real man, I need to have control of myself to pull the thing out when the time comes. King f1. I'll take this knight. He took with the pawn. Had he taken with the knight, I could have replaced his knight with my own knight on d2, but pawn takes also allows bishop h3 check. King e2 again. Develop. Oh my god, I am really negating my own development here. Queen c2. Queen e6. Knight e4. Take bishop c5. b4 can kick my bishop back though. Knight magically appeared on f4. Queen g4 check. f3. Queen h4. Another knight magically appeared on d3. d6. The fact that he has put down everything in his reserved inventory and I'm still being up a piece on the board, shows how brutal just losing materials can be in this variant. You lose a piece, and you are down 2 pieces. My opponent ran out of time. Crazyhouse speedrun first day. 500% win rate.